Ringing. It was an international video call from Arthur. Son, don't ask why. Stock up on water, medicine, and food immediately. The more, the better. Don't go outside. Don't go near anyone. Do you hear me? It's contagious. Don't let them bite you. Before he could finish, the signal cut out. It was the video he had just sent. The footage starts with a shaky street scene. Sirens wail. In the distance, a man tackles a passerby. He bites the neck and won't let go. The camera pans to dozens of people biting others in the street. Blood splatters on a car window. Screams are everywhere. My hands start sweating. I almost drop my phone. The dorm is quiet this afternoon. Game sound effects come from the headphones. Benny is lying on his bed, video calling his girlfriend. He giggles while Simon holds his math book. Simon is drooling all over the pages. I swallow hard, my voice trembling. Guys, something big is happening. I yell, wake the hell up. Dante looks up dazed. What's wrong, Marcus? I shove the phone in his face. Look, the screams from the video wake him up instantly. Holy shit. Is this a zombie movie? Benny sits up. What's going on? Simon puts down his book and comes over. The three of them finish the video, and their faces turn pale. Is this for real? Arthur wouldn't joke about this. I put on my jacket. Let's go. Wait, Benny hesitates. What if it's fake? If it's fake, great, I say, grabbing my wallet. If it's real, we're dead. Dante shuts off his game and grabs his jacket. Benny quickly hangs up his video call. His girlfriend is still shouting on the other end. Simon drops his book and rushes out with us. We practically sprint down the stairs. What are we buying? Water, food, medicine. As much as we can carry. I have 2,000 on my card. I say. Simon says, I have 1,500. Bring it all. I tell them. Money won't matter if we're dead. Campus looks normal. Couples are walking, and people are playing basketball. Others are heading to the library with their backpacks. The bright sunlight feels surreal. The store isn't far from the dorm. The four of us rush in like madmen. Luckily, it isn't crowded right now. Split up, I order. Dante, get water. I'll handle the rations and canned food. We grab carts and start a shopping spree. We load entire cases of bottled water. We grab every pack of instant noodles we see. Rations, canned food, chocolate, and energy bars. In the medicine aisle, Simon grabs cold meds, antibiotics, bandages, and iodine. Other customers look at us strangely. Are you guys going camping? The cashier jokes. I force a smile and don't answer. Our 4 carts are piled like small mountains. That's 3,847 yuan total. We pull our money to pay. We each carry 2 large bags toward the exit. Just then, a scream echoes from outside the supermarket. It is incredibly sharp. The sound of absolute terror. The 4 of us look at each other. It's closer this time. A girl stumbles toward the glass doors. She's from a different major. I recognize her. She clutches her neck, blood seeping through her fingers. Help! Help! She bursts inside, a boy right behind her. Something is wrong. His eyes are bloodshot, and bloody foam hangs from his mouth. He growls like a wild beast. The girl trips and falls. The boy lunges, biting deep into her shoulder. The sound of tearing flesh fills the air. The supermarket descends into chaos. Shelves are knocked over, and goods scatter everywhere. People scramble to escape. The bitten girl twitches for a moment. Then she stands up in an eerie way. Her eyes have also turned red. They're attacking everyone. Run. The 4 of us rush out with the supplies. The supermarket is in total chaos. More people are being bitten and dragged down. Screams, cries, and crashing shelves echo everywhere. The main entrance is already jammed with people. We change direction and head for the side exit. We push the door open, but the world outside has changed. Students who were just playing ball are now tearing into each other. A basketball rolls through a pool of blood. Thick smoke rises from the cafeteria in the distance. Screams erupt from every direction. Holy sh**t. Dante curses. Don't just stand there. We sprint while clutching our supplies. Behind us, people continue to fall. Someone jumps from the dormitory roof. Someone is dragged into the bushes. The world collapsed in just a few minutes. Benny, don't King look back. Benny tries to run toward the girls' dorm. Sarah is still there. Going there now is a suicide mission. Dante and I hold him back with all our strength. Your life is at stake. Forget about your girlfriend for now. We drag Benny toward our dorm by force. The sights we see along the way are unforgettable. The usually kind dorm lady is on the ground, gnawing on something. The security booth is covered in bloody handprints. Someone tries to climb a tree but is pulled down and ripped apart. Our dorm building is just ahead. Hurry. Move. The elevator is still running. Take the stairs. I shout. If those things are inside, we're dead. The 6th floor. We usually hate the climb, but today we fly. Dorm room 612. My hands shake as I reach for the keys. Hurry, Marcus. I jam the key into the lock and turn it. We push the door and scramble inside. Shut it. Lock it. Lock it tight. Barricade the door. I scramble up. Tables, chairs, lockers, move everything. We block the door completely. Finally, a moment of safety. Benny desperately calls his girlfriend. Did it go through? Dante looks out the window. Damn, it's full of them down there. I look out too. The sight is terrifying. Some are still wearing our school uniforms. They were students just moments ago, and now the internet is down. No Wi-Fi, no data. But the power is still on. Charge your phones. Fill up the power banks. We scramble to find every charger we have. Simon rumbles through his things and finds the emergency exam radio. Static crackles through the radio as a broken voice speaks. Mass biting incidents reported in all areas. We stare at each other in silence. It happened just like that, without any warning. The radio keeps repeating the same message. The screams outside haven't stopped. Dante covers his mouth and rushes to the bathroom. Benny keeps calling his phone over and over again. Why won't you pick up? What? Simon hugs his knees, his shoulders shaking. I force myself to stand up. First, let's take stock of our supplies. We have to do something, or we'll go crazy. We spread out everything we bought. 8 boxes of instant noodles, 24 packs each. 6 cases of water, 12 bottles each. 20 packs of rations. 15 cans of food. Some chocolate and energy bars. And a pile of medicine. If we ration it, I calculate. 2 weeks, at most. What happens after 2 weeks? I don't have an answer. In 2 weeks, either someone rescues us, or I'm going to find Sarah. Benny suddenly stands up. I grab him. She's alone in her dorm. She must be terrified. Then I'm going too. He brushes off my hand. Dante and Simon also try to stop him. Calm down. Fucking calm down. That's my girlfriend. His eyes are red, his fists clenching hard. He holds his head and cries. Why is this happening? We were just eating together yesterday. No one knows how to comfort him. It is dark, but the dorm lights are still on. The roars from downstairs are clear in the night. Occasionally, there is the sound of glass shattering. No one has the heart to eat. Let's sleep, I say. Can we even sleep? But we all climb into our beds anyway. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling. My mind is full of the scenes from today, the biting, the screaming, the way that girl fell. That boy's bloodshot eyes. Closing my eyes makes the images even clearer. I snap my eyes open. Marcus. I stay silent for a long time. I don't know if I'm comforting him or myself. 3 a.m. It sounds like someone is knocking on the door. All 4 of us are awake. No one dares to make a sound. It's getting closer. Knock. Knock. Then comes a loud thud. A scream comes from next door. It's a human voice. Please, open the door. Glass shatters. The knocking continues. I bite my blanket to stay quiet. Dante's bed is creaking. He's shaking. The footsteps gradually fade away. None of the 4 of us dare to breathe. Until dawn the next day. If it weren't for the roaring downstairs. We need to eat. I tear open a pack of instant noodles. We eat them dry. Benny keeps calling. Stop, Dante says. Save the battery. What if she turns it on? Simon tunes the radio, looking for info. At noon, running sounds come from upstairs. Then something heavy hits the floor. Are they fighting? They're trying to steal my food. Why the hell are you still hiding it now? Give it here. We look at each other. Dante whispers. Are we being too loud? People must have seen us buying all those supplies yesterday. Reinforce the door. But I still don't feel safe. Day 3. Supplies are disappearing faster than expected. Anxiety makes you hungry. We aren't active, but we can't stop eating. We're drinking a lot of water too. Benny finally stopped calling. He mutters to himself. She must be hiding. Right? Definitely. Dante starts playing games again. The volume is very loud. Can you turn it down? Dante doesn't even look up. Simon keeps looking at photos of his family. Everyone has their own way of breaking down. Day 4. Noise comes from the room next door. Not the one from yesterday, but the other side. Dad, Mom. I'm sorry. It's intermittent. It's chilling to hear. The crying stops. Day 5. This time, it's not just knocking. Open the door. I saw you guys buying all those supplies. Give us some. It's a student from upstairs. The voice is familiar. Maybe someone from the student union. We're starving. The banging gets louder. We're too afraid to answer. Playing dead, are you? Just wait. I'll break this door down eventually. The footsteps fade. But the threat remains. Benny finally breaks down. I'm going out. He rushes for the door. The 3 of us tackle him. Calm down. I can't leave her out there alone. She might already be. Dante doesn't finish. Benny punches him in the face. They start fighting. Simon and I desperately pull them apart. Finally, all 4 of us collapse from exhaustion. Benny sits against the wall, crying silently. That was the first time I saw him cry so hard. He's usually always smiling, but now he looks like a child. Sorry, Dante says, holding his face. No, it's my fault. Benny wipes his tears. The 4 of us huddle together. Day 6. Food is lasting, but the water is going too fast. Maximum 2 bottles per person a day. I set the rule. It won't kill us, but it's miserable. Our lips start to peel. Simon finds a lip balm. We take turns using it. For grown men sharing one lip balm. Normally, people would die of laughter at this. The hallway is getting quieter. Either people are gone, or they're all hiding. Occasionally, a door opens, followed by hurried footsteps. Should we also? Dante trails off. We know the truth. We have to face it eventually. But those things outside are still roaming. They never tire, never eat, and never drink. They just wander around. Sometimes they gather together. growling in one direction. It looks like they're communicating, but it's more like animal instinct. What exactly are they? Simon watches them from the window. Whatever they are, it's over if they catch you. That night, Benny jumps up like he was shocked. It's a text message. His hands shake, nearly dropping the phone. It's Sarah. We crowd around. The text says, "I'm okay, don't worry." Benny almost cries with relief. He replies immediately, "Where are you?" We wait for a long time. She's hiding. Her battery must be dying. None of us speak. Something feels wrong. But seeing the hope in Benny's eyes, we have to go out. One pack of noodles must last 2 meals. Rations are broken into tiny pieces. We strictly ration the water. There's a shop on the 1st floor. It's too far. From the 1st floor to the 6th, it's usually nothing. Now every floor could be deadly. I listened at the door gap for a long time. Silence. I'll go out and check first. No, we go together. A large group is a bigger target. We still can't let you risk it alone. We decided 2 of us would go. We wrapped ourselves in bed sheets for some protection. Before leaving, Simon handed me a fruit knife. Take a deep breath. Quietly moving the barricade. Hand on the doorknob. Turning it slowly. The door opened a crack. Listen first. Peeking out. Only the emergency exit light was still on. Dark stains on the floor. I signaled, and Dante and I slipped out. Room 614, next door. It was pitch black inside. We looked at each other. Pushed the door open. A stench hit us. Dante almost threw up. By the faint light from the hallway, I saw someone on the floor. No, something that used to be human. Flies were buzzing. Find food. I fought back the nausea. A quick search. Half a pack of cookies on the table. 2 bottles of water in the cabinet. I'm skipping the space under the bed. Grab the stuff and get out. Room 618 next door is open. Keep going. Anyone who was here has long since fled. Or, I don't want to think about it. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Let's go back. I nod. On the way back, we hear sounds from downstairs. We quickly hide in the nearest room. Holding our breath, the footsteps get closer. Coming up the stairs. They are alive. Someone is injured. The footsteps pass our hiding spot. They keep going up. We wait until they are gone. We quickly return to dorm room 612. Benny and Simon are waiting anxiously. They sigh in relief when they see us back safe. I shake my head. This floor is basically empty. I take out the supplies we found. 2 bottles of water and half a pack of cookies. And some small snacks. Someone just went upstairs. It sounded like someone was bitten. Dante says. At night. Then, the sound of running. Kill him. He's not human anymore. None of us spoke. Once bitten, there is no hope. Benny clutched his phone tightly. Still waiting for a reply that might never come. Dante couldn't keep playing his game. Frustrated by the losses, he tossed his phone aside. Simon was writing something in a notebook. I leaned over to look. Why are you writing this? Sure, don't jinx us. Supplies are running out. A decision must be made. Either stay hidden and starve to death, or go out for food and die immediately. We must go out tomorrow. That night, we ate the last of our food, 1 pack of noodles each. Remember the first day of school? Yeah, you were carrying 2 huge suitcases. Dante laughed. Look who's talking. You brought a whole box of games. Simon was the funniest. He brought a box of books. Those were textbooks. Simon argued. Textbooks? Half of them were novels. If we survive, I said. Dante chimed in. We'll go for our masters or PhDs. It's a deal. For hands stacked together. Just like our promise after our first dinner freshman year. But now, morning of the 9th day, we began our preparations. We tore bedsheets into strips and wrapped them around our arms and legs. It was to prevent scratches. Each of us took a mop handle. We taped fruit knives to the ends. Simon found some empty bottles. He took a bottle of alcohol from the medical kit. Lighting them and throwing them might create a distraction. Dante put on a backpack to carry the loot. Benny was still looking at his phone. It was dead. He stared at it for a moment, then put it in his pocket. This time, all 4 of us were going out together. We opened the door quietly. The smell of blood was even stronger. I led the way, and Dante covered the rear. We would check the other floors first. We pushed open the stairwell door. A foul stench rushed out. Several bodies lay in the 5th floor hallway. Some looked like they had been beaten to death by people. Watch your step. The floor is sticky. I didn't dare look down. The door to room 514 was wide open. We went in and searched. Room 516, room 518, room 520. Most had already been scavenged. We occasionally found things that were missed. Half a bottle of cola. Even a few candies were treasures. Heading to the 4th floor. We were extra careful going down the stairs. We listened for movement before every step. The 4th floor was even worse. Almost every room had signs of a struggle. There were bloody handprints on the walls. Found some food in room 426. Instant noodles were hidden inside a pillow. Clever hiding spot. Keep searching. Footsteps came from downstairs. Finished the 2nd floor. Heading to the 3rd. Careful. Lao Wang's group had trouble there yesterday. We knew it was other survivors. We quickly looked for a place to hide. We ducked into the nearest room, for 120. The door was slightly ajar. We didn't dare to breathe. Search room by room. Don't miss anything. Boss, this is too slow. Better slow than dead. They started from the end of the hallway. They were getting closer to room 416. My heart was pounding out of my chest. My palms were sweating. Dante gripped his spear tightly. I reached for the knife at my waist. We'll have to fight. It's over. The door opened a crack. Right then, a loud bang came from downstairs. Then came screams. What happened? Footsteps rushed downstairs. We stood behind the door for a long time. We came out once they were far away. Damn, that was close. Dante wiped his sweat. Let's go back first. We quickly retreated upstairs. Just as we reached the stairwell. Run. They're coming up. Hurry, hurry, hurry. There was growling. It was those things. We ran up like madmen. Human screams and monster roars mixed together. 6th floor. We burst into dorm room 612. Block the door. Pile everything against it. Someone was knocking for help. We didn't dare move. The knocking turned into heavy banging. But we knew. Simon asked, trembling, Someone probably opened the downstairs door by mistake. Check the supplies. But now wasn't the time for that. We didn't even dare to speak out loud. There was constant noise in the hallway. Benny was shivering under his blanket. Dante wouldn't let go of his spear. Simon was also praying silently. I stared at the door. Day 10. We were starving. Just a few bites for each of us. We were strictly rationing the water. We couldn't wait any longer. A knock sounded at the door. Then a voice came. Brothers of room 612. I know you're in there. The voice sounded familiar. Slade? I remembered him. He was a small, thin guy. He didn't usually talk much. I'm the only one left here. I have food. I can share it with you. The four of us looked at each other. I really can't hold out anymore. Simon looked at me. Maybe we should. But Benny was already moving the barricade. What are you doing? He's our classmate. Benny said. Dante also took his side. Plus, he has food. I was still uneasy. Let's be sure first. Through the door, I asked. Are you alone? Yes, just me. You weren't bitten? Okay. He slid a few packs of biscuits under the door. It was actually real food. We opened the door a crack. Slade looked even thinner than before. Hurry in. He squeezed inside and almost knelt down. Thank you. We blocked the door again. The five of us sat on the floor. Where are your roommates? Slade's expression darkened. They're all gone. He was silent for a moment. On the third day, our leader said he was going out to find food, but he never came back. My other two roommates couldn't wait and went out too. And then, one of them came back, but we all gasped. He begged us not to kick him out. He said he would be fine. We felt bad for him, but that night, he turned. He bit our third roommate to death. The fourth ran for help and never returned. I'm the only one left. As he finished, he started crying. Simon patted his shoulder. It's over now. Slade wiped his tears. I stayed upstairs for so many days. I ran out of food. I had no choice today. I had to come down and try my luck. I didn't expect there to be so many in the hallway. He shuddered. How did you get here? I climbed across the windowsills. From the 8th floor to the 6th. Slade pulled more food from his bag. This is my entire stash. Let's share it. It wasn't much, but it was a lifesaver. He gave a weak smile. I should be thanking you. With Slade joining us, the mood lightened a bit. There are basically no survivors on floors 8 or 9. A few are on the 7th, but they won't open their doors. Supposedly a teacher is on the 10th, but I haven't seen them. Slade added, I heard something on the radio. We all got excited. There is a safe zone in the suburbs. 40 kilometers away. Right now, that distance felt impossible. How would we get there? We had to find a car. There were so many monsters outside. But at least there was hope. That night, I couldn't sleep. The way he looked at us felt strange. In the middle of the night, I pretended to be asleep. Slade rolled over. What was he doing? By the moonlight, through the window. What was he drawing? What was he recording? My heart jumped into my throat. I quietly told Simon. Simon also felt something was off. And did you notice? His clothes are too clean. If he was upstairs for 10 days, how could he be so clean? We couldn't alert him yet. Slade continued to act very helpful. Slade offered to find supplies. I know where we can get food. It's too dangerous. But we can't just sit here and wait to starve. True. But I didn't want him to go alone. A group is a bigger target. It's still safer than going alone. Finally, Dante, Slade, and I decided to go. Before leaving, I secretly signaled Simon. He nodded slightly. The three of us quietly opened the door. The hallway reeked of rot. The blood on the floor had already turned black. Scratch marks covered the walls. Slade walked in front. Stay close. I know where it's safe. In here. He pointed to room 523 and opened the door. Strange. There were supplies here yesterday. Slade muttered. Slade suddenly said, Listen. Dante and I looked at each other. There were definitely footsteps outside. Slade whispered. Hide behind the wardrobe. Slade suddenly rushed out. They're in here. They're here. What? Several people rushed in. They were all armed. Slade pointed at us. I realized everything instantly. It's a trap. Dante grabbed his spear. There were 5 of them. In your dreams. A fight broke out. The scene was pure chaos. Dante was fierce, holding off 2 men by himself. I swung my spear desperately too. But they had the numbers. We were slowly losing the fight. It's those things. Run. Everyone panicked. Slade was the first to rush out. Then he let out a scream. An infected at the door bit his arm. No one saved him. Everyone was running for their lives. Dante and I ran upstairs in the chaos. Screams continued behind us. Those robbers didn't escape either. We sprinted all the way back to dorm room 612. Benny and Simon quickly opened the door. Where's Slade? That bastard tricked us. Benny cursed. I told you we shouldn't have saved him. It's no use talking about that now. Even though Slade is dead. He already exposed our location. I made a decision. Pack your things. Where are we going? Benny asked. We're leaving this building first. It's no longer safe here. Although the people Slade led here are dead. The underground parking lot, Simon said suddenly. The parking lot basement might be safer, Simon said. The entrance is small and easy to defend. But how do we get there? The parking lot is on the other side of campus. The cafeteria, library, and lecture halls are in the way. It's at least a kilometer away. We made some basic armor. We packed the remaining food and water. Everyone grabbed a weapon. Simon prepared some fire bottles. Remember, don't stay to fight. The goal is the parking lot. Understood. Deep breath. The hallway still smells of blood. But no infected in sight for now. We headed down the stairs quietly. 6th floor. There's a body on the 3rd floor landing. From the clothes, it's one of Slade's men. His neck was ripped open. We bypassed it and reached the lobby. We can see outside through the glass doors. Not many, but enough to be a problem. What now? Wait for them to move away. We waited a long time. But those things aren't moving. We can't wait any longer. The infected could come from upstairs at any moment. I took the lead and pushed the door open. The sun hit my face. How long has it been since I felt the sun? But there's no time for that. One of the infected spotted us. It hissed and charged. Dante thrust his spear. It hit the chest, but it was still moving. The head. Hit the head. I shouted. Another strike, and it finally fell. More infected were drawn toward us. The 4 of us ran for our lives. The roars behind us grew louder. We passed the cafeteria. The glass doors were shattered. It was pitch black inside. We didn't dare enter. In the plaza in front of the library, a few infected were wandering around. They lunged at us immediately. This way. Simon pointed to another path. It's a detour, but there are fewer of them. Run. My legs felt like lead, but I couldn't stop. Stopping meant death. Finally, we saw the underground parking lot. The gate was open, but it was dark inside. Go down. The entrance is on the side. We rushed down the ramp. As expected, there were far fewer infected in the basement. We took out the few that were there. We found a corner. The 4 of us collapsed on the ground, gasping for air. I couldn't even speak. It took a while to recover. The underground parking lot was huge. We were near the Zone A entrance. We didn't wander too far. Most of the cars were locked. Some windows were smashed, but the cars were gone. Over here. Benny shouted. The key was still inside. Can it start? Dante tried it. Dante tried several times, but it wouldn't start. The battery was dead. We found a few more cars. Either they had no keys or no gas. Or the engines were simply broken. Looks like we'll have to fix one. But none of us knows how to fix a car. Let's settle down here first. We found a hidden corner. We blocked it off with some junk. We checked our supplies. We'll have to go out and look for more tomorrow. The parking lot was very quiet. Benny started thinking about his girlfriend again. No one replied. I said. Before the end, we were still worrying about exams. Now it's all gone. At 2 a.m., it was Dante's turn for night watch. I had just laid down. Footsteps. Shoo. Dante made a silence gesture. We all woke up. There were voices. Check over here. Seems like no one's here. The footsteps faded away. We aren't alone in the parking lot. Split into 2 groups. Benny and Simon guard the base. Moving deeper into Zone B. Moving forward carefully. Checking every possible car. An SUV. Pries the door open, but no key. Can you hotwire it? Let's try. I've seen it in movies before. Pulled out some wires. But no response. Don't move. Turn around. It was those 2 from last night. I'm telling the truth. Then it's simple. What? By what right? By this. Just 2 of you trying to rob us. 2 is enough. Tension was high. Just then, boss, I found them. What's going on? 5 or 6 more people showed up. I recognized the leader. We've been looking for you for days. So those first 2 were just scouts. Hand over your gear, and we'll let you live. It was 8 against 2. We don't have much, I said. I tried to negotiate. Shut up. He swung a club at me, but I dodged. The fight began. Dante was fierce. He took one down with his spear. But there were too many of them. I was cornered by 2 men. I was losing ground. I was finished. Suddenly, a massive roar erupted. They came out of nowhere. A dark swarm of them. Nero was the first to run. The others panicked too. They scattered. Dante and I tried to run back. But there were too many of the infected. They swarmed from every direction. This way, Dante pulled me under a truck. The infected ran right past us. Screams filled the air. Someone was being torn apart. We finally dared to come out. Severed limbs were everywhere. Nero's group was completely wiped out. Move fast. We can't stay here. We ran back to Zone A. Benny and Simon were waiting anxiously. Are you guys hurt? It's not our blood. I told them what happened. They were both terrified. This place isn't safe anymore. Exactly. Where did all those infected come from? There might be an exit leading outside. We need to find a car and leave now. As we were stuck, Benny said, I thought of a place. Where? The faculty residences. There should be cars there. It's far, but there are fewer people. It might be safer. We have no better choice. No one slept well that night. We didn't know if it was the infected or something else out there. We began our final preparations. We split the remaining food into 4 portions. If we get separated, at least we'll have food. We double-checked our weapons. Use them sparingly. Let's confirm the route. I spread out the hand-drawn map. Past the basketball courts, administration building, and Plum Garden cafeteria. It's too open. True. The basketball court is too exposed. If we're spotted, we're dead. Should we take a detour? Our rations won't last that long. A thin mist covers the campus at dawn. It's very, very quiet. Eerily quiet. There aren't many of the infected outside. Maybe they hid during the night. We stick to the shadows of the buildings. Stop and go, checking every corner first. Looking through the wire fence. There are over a dozen of the infected on the court. They are wandering aimlessly. Wait for them to move to the other side. I whispered. We crouched behind the bushes. 10 minutes passed. Most of the infected drifted to the far end. We stayed low and moved fast. Light footsteps. No sound. We were halfway across, when Simon suddenly slipped. He kicked an empty can. The clatter was deafening in the silent morning. Every one of the infected turned their heads. They spotted us. We sprinted as the infected roared and chased us. To make matters worse, the noise drew out even more of them. From the dorms, the cafeteria, and every corner. This way, Benny pointed at the administration building. We rushed inside. The infected were in the hallways too. They pounced on us, but Dante knocked one down with his spear. We kept running to the second floor. More and more were chasing us from behind. The roof. Marcus shouted. Our last resort. We pushed open the door to the roof. The sunlight was blinding. We quickly shut the door. We held it shut with our bodies. Find something to block it. We piled everything against the door. We were safe for now, but we were also trapped. Marcus looked around. The administration building is one of the tallest buildings on campus. We could see most of the campus from here. The infected were everywhere. There were so many more than we had imagined. Simon pointed into the distance, toward the faculty residences. It looked peaceful. There seemed to be fewer of the infected there. Is there another way down? We searched the area. Besides the blocked door, there was an old ladder. We didn't know if it was still safe to use. Let's try it. I'll go first, Marcus said. He grabbed the ladder and shook it. It creaked, but it felt sturdy enough. Marcus started climbing down first. The ladder shook. He didn't dare look down. I reached the second floor window. There were a few infected below. You can come down, I whispered. The others started to climb down. Benny was second, followed by Simon. Dante went last. When Dante was halfway down, the ladder made an ominous sound. A weld point snapped. The ladder tilted sharply. Watch out. Dante almost fell. The snapping sounds grew louder. Finally, Dante jumped down. The entire ladder collapsed with a crash. The noise attracted the infected. Run. We sprinted again. Our goal was clear. The faculty residences. It was about 1 kilometer away. We just had to cross that distance. But there were too many infected. They surrounded us from all directions. Fire bottle. Simon lit one and threw it. Boom. The flames blocked them for a moment. But more were still coming. We ran past the Plum Garden cafeteria. The glass doors were wide open. It was pitch black inside. We didn't dare enter. We went around it. The faculty residences were just ahead. The gate was locked. Climbed the wall. Dante climbed over first. He helped us up. I went second. Benny was third. Simon was last. Just as he reached the top of the wall, one of the infected grabbed his foot. We tried to pull him, but more of them swarmed. Suddenly, an engine roared in the distance. A vehicle plowed through the crowd of infected. Men in uniforms jumped out. They were heavily armed. They were well trained. Every shot was precise. The infected fell one by one. One of them shouted at Simon. Simon took the chance and jumped down. It was a rescue team. No, I stammered in response. The moment we got into the vehicle, Benny started crying. He hugged the nearest soldier and sobbed. You're finally here. The soldier patted his back. It's okay. You're safe now. There were other survivors in the armored vehicle. They were all students rescued from different areas. Everyone had the same expression. A hollow stare after surviving the nightmare. As the vehicle moved, I looked back at the campus. The place where I lived for 3 years is now a living hell. The thought sent a sharp pain through my chest. Someone asked. There is food, medicine, and shelter. Most importantly, the infected are decreasing. They aren't machines. Without food, they weaken and die. Everywhere is being cleared. Things are improving. Rescue and cleanup missions are underway. The sky is still blue. The sun is still warm. Chapter 8, Dawn. It was my first time seeing the world outside. It was even more tragic than the campus. Abandoned cars were everywhere on the streets. Some had crashed, others were overturned. Shop windows and doors were shattered. It was a mess inside. I saw some of the infected. But most moved slowly now. They weren't as fierce as they were at the start. A soldier explained. Without food, their bodies are failing. They expect to have it cleared within a month. It sounds like a long time, but the end is in sight. People started whispering to each other. What major are you? Computer science. You. What about the others in your dorm? No one wanted to talk about that. Benny leaned on my shoulder. He was the most exhausted these past few days. He was still worried about his girlfriend. It's surrounded by barbed wire. It's bigger than I imagined. Rows of tents are neatly arranged. There are several prefab buildings in the center. Those must be the command center and medical station. There are so many people. Elderly, children, students, and office workers. Everyone has the same look on their faces. Register first. We were led to a tent. The staff recorded our information in detail. Name, age, ID, and family contact info. I know some programming. I'm a medical student. Good. We're short on medical staff. After registering, we received supplies. A sleeping bag, 2 sets of clothes, and basic toiletries for each of us. And food. Real food. Not instant noodles or rations. Rice, vegetables, and even meat. Rest today, medical exams are tomorrow. We were assigned to Tent 15 in Zone C. 2 people were already inside. We gave a brief greeting. Dinner was served in a large tent. We lined up. The portions weren't big, but enough to get full. I almost cried seeing the hot food. How long has it been since I had a normal meal? It's so damn good. Even if it's just simple braised pork and potatoes. It tasted like heaven. After the meal, we looked around. Patrols were maintaining order. A radio station was broadcasting news. There was even a shop to trade work points for goods. We can sign up for work starting tomorrow. Labor, cleaning, or medical assistance are all options. That night, there was no sound of growling. Marcus, everything will be okay. Really? We'll go ask about things tomorrow. Okay. Simon spoke up too. I want to tell my family I'm safe. We eventually fell asleep while chatting. The broadcast woke us up. Attention, residents. Breakfast is from 7 to 8 a.m. Medical exams start at 9 a.m. Please line up by zone. We got up to wash. We used the public restroom. It was crowded, so we had to wait in line. Breakfast was porridge and buns. With some pickles. Simple, but filling. The medical checkup was very thorough. They focused on checking for bite marks. The doctor told us to rest and eat well. After the checkup, Dante stayed behind. He's a medical student, so he can help out. Marcus, Dante, and Benny went to the registration office. There was a logbook listing survivors from all safe zones. Benny's hands shook as he searched through it. He flipped through the names page by page. After searching for a long time, he excitedly pointed at a name. Sarah, female, 20 years old, Zone B safe zone. Benny cried tears of joy. She's alive. She's still alive. The staff said Zone B is 50 kilometers away. They will arrange reunions once the situation stabilizes. Benny kept thanking them. I was happy for him too. At least now there is hope. Life gradually fell into a routine. Wake up, eat, and work. I was assigned to the supply team. I helped unload materials. Dante and Benny joined the patrol team. Simon helped out at the medical station. We all gathered for dinner in the evening. We talked about what happened during the day. They rescued 20 more people today. I heard some comms might be restored next week. One night. We have to go back to the school eventually. Dante said. Time passed day by day. More people arrived at the sanctuary. Order was slowly being restored. Entertainment even started back up. Some organized singing at night. Others played chess. Some played shuttlecock. A sense of normal life was slowly returning. Half a month later, communications were partially restored. Although the signal was unstable, we could finally contact the outside world. Simon was the first to rush and wait in line. After waiting for 2 hours, it was finally his turn. He broke down in tears. They were also crying on the other end. Knowing family is safe is the greatest happiness. Dante and I also made calls. Our parents were all in safe zones. They were relieved to know I was okay. Benny didn't call. Knowing Sarah was in Zone B was enough. He'd wait to talk in person. A month later, exciting news came over the radio. The infected in major cities were mostly cleared out. Reconstruction had begun in some areas. It is really coming to an end. The cleanup was moving faster than expected. The number of the infected dropped sharply. The bodies were all gathered and burned. Large-scale disinfection of the city began. The streets were still the same streets, but they were unrecognizable. Our mission was to clear the debris and repair the infrastructure. Bit by bit, we restored the city. Every street we cleaned brought us one step closer to normal life. Benny also had good news. The safe zones began to connect with each other. His request to go to Zone B was approved. The 4 of us sat outside the tent, looking at the starry sky. Yeah. Promise me one thing. Benny said suddenly. What? Once everything is back to normal, let's go back to school together. We'll still be roommates. Benny boarded the vehicle to Zone B. He waved hard before leaving. Wait for my good news. The vehicle drove away. Another month passed. The city mostly returned to normal. Shops reopened. Buses started running. Even some companies started hiring. After I discussed it with Dante and Simon, our application was quickly approved. We boarded the bus back to school. Damaged buildings were being repaired. Reconstruction slogans were visible everywhere. Rebuild our home. create the future together. We arrived at the school. The guardhouse was empty as we walked in. Overgrown weeds were everywhere. Some buildings still showed signs of battle. We headed straight for the dorm building. The door was still barricaded. It was the same stuff we piled up back then. Everything inside was just as we left it. We were all choked up. I patted his shoulder. After staying a while, we went to the parking lot. Underground Zone A. The corner where we hid our things. Including that group photo. Dante was making a peace sign. Simon stood there looking so serious. Such good times. Let's go. After leaving school, we went out for a drink. Benny went to find his girlfriend. We'll reunite once he's back. The wind blew. The leaves rustled. 3 months later, society returned to normal, and school resumed. We all went back. Benny successfully found Sarah. They are inseparable now. Thank you guys. If you hadn't looked after him, we wouldn't be together. It was the least we could do. The new dorm list came out. The new dorm assignments were released. The 4 of us are still together. Life goes on. Classes, exams, the cafeteria, the library. It feels like nothing ever happened. But we all know everything has changed. Cherishing every day. Final exams are over. The passing results are out. All 4 of us passed. Packing up to go home. We turn to leave. The sun is bright, and the future is ahead. The journey continues. We will remember, along with those who survived. Graduation day. All 4 of us are in our gowns. We took a photo together. We promised we'd graduate together. The tassels on our caps drift in the wind. Goodbye, university. Goodbye, brothers. A new life awaits us. Carrying the memories of the past and hope for the future. We keep moving forward. Being alive is the greatest luck of all.